everyone, I'm back with a new video, and I thought we could color in Hanna Karlzon's Daydreams, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the Arteza 48 premium colored pencils. These are the cheaper ones as compared to like the premium color pencils that come in the tin. And if you've been wondering, also we're gonna use some fine liners, which are in my bag here. It's just a polka dotted bag. If you've been wondering, like, oh, where did Amber go? Nowhere. I've still been here coloring. I just haven't made any videos because I feel like I ran out of things to say. So, I don't want to make any videos if, like, I don't know what to say, because then it's not a color and chat, it's just silence and coloring, which is good too, but I always feel like I have to say something, you know? So, I started coloring this teal house, and I'm going to color the trim with a fine liner. Let me move it over just a bit. So I hope everyone's doing okay. I hope you guys are being safe and wearing your masks, washing your hands, all that good stuff. I've been and my family's been lucky because we haven't had any cases of anyone getting sick, thank God. So that's good. And my dad recently got his first shot, and he has an appointment to get his second shot. So that's nice. It's a really nice sunny day out today, and it's actually like not freezing, which is good. It's about 59 today, which it feels like spring, but I know it's only gonna last for like a couple of days, and then it's gonna go back to being cold, because that's how this time of year is. So I'm enjoying it while I can. I went outside a couple of times today. And I know I've mentioned this before, but my goal with this particular book is to finish all of it, to color every page. And that's been my goal since I got this book back in 2016. And it's 2020 and I haven't really made a dent in it. So I thought, you know what, instead of skipping around, I'm just going to go like from beginning to end. And it's funny because I think like in my head, I've colored a lot in this book, but not really. I've only colored like 5 pages, and I'm like, oh, I colored like so much. No, actually I didn't. It just seems like a lot, but it's not. And if you're curious, I've shared every page I've completed on here is on my Instagram, so you can go check that out. It's AMXBAM. I always put it in the description too. I got last summer I got like the really huge pack of Stellar fine liners, and the color, I love all the different colors because I've only ever had like the 24 pack or whatever, and I always thought, man, there could be so many more colors. And a little while after that I noticed they had a 36 pack and like a 40 something pack, and I think they have a 60 something pack. That's the one I got, I think. And I love all the different colors. Because sometimes you need a fine liner for little tiny things and you're like, but I don't have the right shade of what color I'm looking for. Which is always really annoying. It's like, my sister asked me one time, she was like, why do you have so many color pencils? She was looking at my Prismacolor set, and I bought the 132 set a couple of years ago, and then I just like keep buying the ones I'm missing. So I think I'm missing like 20. I think around 20 before I have the complete set. But she was like, oh my gosh, like you have so many color pencils. And I'm like, why do you need that many? I'm like, because I like choices. I mean, it's nice to have like 3 greens, 3 different shades of green is good, right? But like 5 is better. Because you never know which shade is going to go best with the picture you're coloring. She was like, okay, that's up to you. I think from the sets I own, the Prismacolor has the most variation. So I like the Prismacolors more as far as like variety of colors goes. But I actually think, even though the set's not as big, I think the Caran d'Ache Pablos have the best range of colors. There are colors in Pablos that you don't necessarily have in Prismacolor or Polychromos. But Pablos are more expensive, so I kind of go slow and steady with those. I got the 40 set for Christmas a couple of years ago, and that's another set where I just periodically buy 2 or 3 pencils at a time. But one of the colors, this is really funny, one of the colors I really like in the Pablo pencils is just the yellow, just yellow, plain old yellow, because it's not a like lemon yellow. It's not like a really bright yellow. It's kind of like it's a little darker than the canary yellow in the Prismacolors. And I don't know, it's just like the perfect yellow to me. I also really like the jade green color in Pablo's. So yeah, I really enjoy Pablo's. They are harder than the Luminance pencils, but I've said before, I don't really enjoy Luminance pencils. I prefer the Pablo's. That's what's so great about art supplies in general, is there are so many different brands and styles that you can find, there's something for everyone. I was having a hard time at first deciding like what colors to color all these houses, and I think I've got it narrowed down to 3 main colors, which is this teal color, yellow, and then red. And then the flowers I'm not sure of yet, but my brain automatically wants to color like every object on a page like a different color. And sometimes less is more. I mean, you can use all the colors you want, obviously, it's your book, but for me overall, I was like, oh, I kind of like it better when I use like 3 or 4 colors instead of 7 or 8 colors, especially when they're houses. Kind of takes a load off your mind too. I saw somebody in one of the coloring groups on Facebook I belong to. I can't remember. I think it was the Carla Magana group. And they colored a picture in just blacks, whites, and grays, and it was amazing. I always do like those monochromatic styles. Also, like, their use of their markers is really cool because they got some really nice gradations with their markers. I'm not sure if they printed it out on their own paper or if they used the paper in the book. I'm almost inclined to believe it. They probably used like their own cardstock or marker paper because the blends are really smooth. And it was awesome. Alright, I think I'm going to use brown for this little top roof here. What are these called? Turrets? That's what they're called on a castle. We'll call it a turret, even though it's not a castle. Alright, I need a brown. This brown? I don't know. I don't have any paper. Hold on, I'm gonna have to go back here and test it. I usually test it down here at the bottom, which it looks kind of messed up, but it works. Especially because I don't have any computer paper at the moment. Well, that's okay. I thought it was gonna look really dark. La, la, la. I think when I color the flowers, I'm gonna use my Tombow markers. I love my Tombow markers. I love the brush tip, and I love like the variety of colors and stuff. I've been trying not to buy any like coloring books or supplies lately because I mentioned this in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, but I just don't have the room anymore. Like, I'm gonna have to get rid of some stuff before I get more stuff, you know? Which is fine. There are some books I have that I could get rid of, you know? Have for somebody else to enjoy. I have nieces and nephews. There are a couple of old folks' homes around here that I know. Like, there's a community center for older folks, and I know they would probably enjoy this. I don't know if they're taking donations. They weren't for a while because of COVID. which I can understand. But I don't know if they've gone back to taking donations again or not. And I'll have to check. I also have some like books, some like reading books that I could donate to, because if y'all could see my bookshelf over here, it's like overflowing. Which I don't mind. I like messy bookshelves actually, but it's a little too messy. Alright, let's see. So let's do this one and this big one right here. And I think I'm going to do teal, red, yellow. No, I'm sorry. Teal, yellow, red. Yeah. Okay. So let me see all these yellows. So we have like jasmine yellow, sapphire yellow. Jasmine yellow looks too light, actually. Jasmine yellow, and we're going to use turmeric yellow and lemon yellow. So we're going to use these three colors to color the house with. And you can see like the difference with these. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but they're triangular, whereas the expert ones are round. And also these ones aren't capped on the end. But to me they feel similar. I would say these are a tiny bit harder, which I don't mind. I actually like hard pencils. So I think I've said before, but I think I'm the only person on the planet who likes the Staedtler Norris Club pencils and the Norris pencils. Which, can you guys see that? Yeah, these are really nice. I saw these on Joanna Basford's Facebook Lives that she does, and she uploads them to her YouTube channel afterwards, and just in case you missed them. Hold on, let me get my my light, my extra light, because it's a bit dark in here. Okay, I'm back. Had to get my extra light. I know it makes a shadow. Let me see. So hard. Okay, that's better. Now you can see the yellow. What was I saying before? Oh, I can't remember. Nothing important. Oh, I did order some refills for my Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic gel pens. And those specifically come from the UK. And I was wondering if, and I'm in America, I was wondering if anyone else outside of the UK has had trouble finding hybrid dual metallics for like not like a price gouge, you know? 'Cause even on eBay, they're kind of expensive. And I know here in America they're called Sparkle Pop. And they're the same exact thing. The barrel just looks different. But I don't know. I just kind of like the way the hybrid dual metallic ones look. And it's funny because I have other like Pentel. I have like the Pentel Milky Pop and the Crazy Pops. And actually, the Milky Pops are like the best pastel gel pen I own. They don't skip like pastel colors normally do. they're very smooth and the color is really nice. There's no like railroading or anything like that, where the railroading is where when you make a line, you can see the paper through the middle a little bit. There's like another line in the center of the line that you draw. They don't railroad at all, so that's nice. It's funny because it's to notice the colors you don't use and the colors you use sometimes surprise you, because I thought I would use a lot of the green Milky Pop, and I don't. Because green is my favorite color, and so I was like, oh, I'll probably use a ton of the green Milky Pop, and I do not. I have I don't have the yellow Milky Pop for some reason, or the white, and the reason why I don't have the white is because I already have white gel pens that I really like, and I got these like individually from now we're using lemon yellow. Sorry guys. Going on a tangent about Milky Pops. But I don't have the white Milky Pop because I already have not a lot, but I already have some white gel pens that I really like. And I don't have the yellow because for some reason I bought them individually at Blick. They were like on sale individually, and they didn't have the yellow in the bin with the other colors, and so I guess I just didn't realize there was a yellow until later on, and I was like, oh wait a minute, I'm missing a color. But once I use up the green and the orange, which is the ones I have the most of by far, I'll go ahead and buy a whole new set because I really like those. Alright, and now we're going to use, I think, yeah, is this turmeric yellow? Yeah, it is. Can you see it? Ah, there it is. Turmeric yellow. A252. I'm not sure if these colors are the same color numbers and letters as the premium ones. I didn't check because I have the 24 set of the expert pencils. So I have more of these than I do the expert pencils because these are cheaper. So I've heard there's like this controversy going around about about the newer Arteza pencils aren't as good a quality, the expert ones, as they were in the past, which I think is really unfortunate. Somebody mentioned on YouTube, I think her name's Melanie, that probably what she thinks has happened is they switch manufacturers because the color numbers and stuff aren't the same as they used to be, which I think is very likely because if anytime something has like a noticeable uptick or a drop in quality, I always think of like manufacturing costs and stuff, and I'm guessing because they come from China, like she said, that COVID's impacted, like where they can order from and stuff. So it's probably something that's beyond their control for the most part. It's unfortunate. I know that like the Arteza Everblend pencils, people were having, not pencils, what am I saying? Markers, alcohol markers. the Everblend markers, some people were having this issue before, where the marker would dry and they would close the book and it would go like a yellow outline of what they colored on the other side of the paper, like almost like the alcohol itself from the marker, like got left on the paper, which is really odd. I don't know if they fixed that or not, because I don't have Everblend markers, so I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know. Do they still do that? Like, if you have a newer set, are they still doing that? Alright, let's see. So, we're going to use just the turmeric yellow for this inside part. Oh, you guys, you know what I saw from the Coloring Heaven magazine, was it last month or a couple of months ago? They had a oh my gosh, am I gonna do a total blank? Oh, they had a Hakune Mitsu edition of the Coloring Heaven magazine, and if you don't know, that's a Japanese video game character, and it's she's like a singer in a group. She's like the main singer in a group, and so they're music and rhythm games. So it's mostly Japanese pop music and also sometimes Chinese. But it's a really cute series of games if you like music and rhythm games. But anyway, I saw that they had an issue dedicated to just illustrations of her, and I was like, oh, I might have to break my no buy thing just for that issue, because I love those games so much, and the pictures looked really cute. Well, let's see. Let's color this side now. Once I get the pencil right side up. But yes, if you like music and rhythm games, then you should definitely, they're called Project Diva. You should definitely check the Project Diva games out. I have on the PlayStation Vita Project Diva F Second, and I really like that game. And then I also have Project Diva Mega Mix on the Switch, which is like there are new songs, but it's also a mix of all of the older games songs too. So it's really cool collection to have. This paper is still some of my favorite paper to color on. I think it's Gibbs Smith is the publisher. And I love this paper. You can throw a lot at it and it doesn't peel or anything, which is super nice. And it's just the right amount of smooth. It's not so smooth that your pencils like slide over it, but it's not so rough like a Create Space paper where you have a lot of white specks. Alright, let's see. We need the light blue for the window reflections. So the lightest blue in this set is aqua blue. Hold on. And that's what we're going to use to kind of, it's going to be kind of hard to see in the tiny ones, but we're going to very lightly color the edges of these. Just because, you know, I think it looks a tiny bit better when you do this instead of leaving them. You could leave them white, but I think it looks a little better when you put a teeny bit of color like this on the window. So are there any books that you guys have on your wish list currently? Oh, I missed one. I do have some, but they're not like, oh, I have to have it right now. I noticed that there is a miniature version of Enchanted Forest by Joanna Basford coming out, and I am definitely going to get that at some point because Enchanted Forest is my favorite Joanna Basford book thus far. I mean, I love all of her books, but if somebody asked me to, pick a favorite, I'd have to say it would be Enchanted Forest. And then the next one after that would be probably Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. She has a new one coming out, though. I think it's called Worlds of Wonder. And it looks really cute. So that'll be cool to see flip throughs of that. Hopefully she can do that soon. I love watching her color on her Facebook live streams. She's been coloring in Worlds of Wonder too, so that just makes me even more excited. Okay, so we got some color in our windows. Let's see. What color do we want the door and the trim and the roof to be? Normally I color the door the same color as the roof. Decisions. Oh, what if we give it a teal roof? Kind of like the other house next to it, but just the roof is teal. I don't know. What about purple? Purple's nice. Let's see. We don't need 3 shades for the roof. Just 2 is fine. Okay, so we have lavender and lilac. So these are the 2. So we'll start with the lilac on the door down here. Oh, you know what? Let's do this part too. I like this color. Any kind of purple or green color I'm a sucker for. Which is funny because I feel like even though I like these colors the most, I don't really use a lot of, well, I tend to use a lot of purple, but I'm not sure about the green. Maybe a little. Maybe more than I realize, you know? Oh, now we're going to use the lavender because the lavender is a bit darker. To do the trim over this door. And I'm gonna put like a little shadow on the door itself. Just because I can't resist. Okay. And so now we're gonna do the roof the same colors. Remember when I said I wasn't gonna go crazy with the colors? And now it looks like a rainbow. That's cool. I'm going wherever my heart takes me here. I love the style of these houses. They look, well, this one, this like green one, to me looks very like Victorian-esque. I love Victorian houses. There's a few Victorian houses in my town, and they're so pretty. They're huge. And they're always painted like interesting color combinations like these are. You know? Things that like probably wouldn't look good on a regular house, standard house nowadays. They look good on Victorian houses or craftsman houses too. Like, they always look really good with unconventional color patterns, let's say. It just occurred to me this like yellow and purple screams LSU right now. Go Tigers! I'm really surprised my cat has not come out here to see what I'm doing. Normally when I start talking like on the phone or like when I'm talking to the camera, she'll come out here like, who's here? Who are you talking to? It's like, nobody. Nobody in particular. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to do this teeny part right here. It's funny how you like will skip little sections sometimes and not realize it. Alright. Alright. That looks good. And now we need some color for the trim. I don't think this is the right color. Wait. Maybe I'll try this one. Yeah, let's try this one. So we're going to use this color for the trim. Going to use these little things on the top and color them in. Yeah, I like that color. The purples in the Stattlers are funny because a lot of times with Stattlers, which is nice, the color on the cap is pretty close to the color that you actually get, but the purples are a little iffy. So are the browns. Makes me wish that they were like numbered or had names or something on the barrel, because then it would make them easier to swatch. Because I don't have these swatched out, believe it or not. I don't have these or my Staedtler 326s. I'm going to finish doing the trim on this house, and then I'm going to call it a day because we're already at 31 minutes. Actually, over 31 minutes. I'm currently also working on a picture from the Harry Potter coloring book. And I'll put that on my Instagram. I'm almost done. I'm just doing like the border of the picture. I'm almost out of speaking of the hybrid dual metallic pens, I have like a teeny tiny bit left of the gold one, which is part of what I'm using on the border, and I ordered a replacement And I'm hoping it gets here before I run out of the one I'm currently using, because then I'll have to wait to finish the picture, and it's going to be like almost in that almost done phase, and it's going to be sitting there mocking me, driving me nuts. I used to not like to have more than one picture going at a time, but it doesn't bother me as much anymore. Sometimes you need to switch gears and color something different, and that's fine. Like, as much as I love this book, if I just colored this book and nothing else, I might get a little crazy. I need some different subject matter. You know what I mean? Which I think is why, like, I have so many books. Because I see something and I'm like, oh, that's, something, that's something different. I've never seen a coloring book with that subject before. And it's like, oh, great, now I have to own it. Or maybe not even subject, but like art style. But honestly, I've hit my limit. I don't even have the newest Hanna Karlzon book, which is crazy for me, because she's one of my favorite artists. The one that's all the holidays, which is awesome. I hope everyone in Texas and Louisiana and elsewhere in the United States, especially Texas, I hope you guys are doing okay. It's awful being without power for that long and it being cold, and people who need power to live, oxygen machines and things of that nature that need power. I hope everyone's doing okay, and hopefully they get it fixed soon. I know what it's like to be without power for over a week, and it's not fun. I can't imagine not having power and not having water. So if you're currently in a situation like that right now, I want you to know that you're not alone, and people care for you and they're thinking about you. And I hope it gets better. Slow but steady, huh, guys? Oh, now it got really dark in here, huh? Because the sun's going down. You guys can still see, though, right? This is a pretty good light. It's actually, like, it's a desk light, but it's really bright. I got it from Amazon. I think it was, like, $10. And this is the cool setting, you know, like the white light setting. And there's another setting too. It's the warm setting, and it's like a very orangey light. Probably not the best for coloring because, you know, actually not the best for your eyes either, because I accidentally pushed the button one too many times and put it on that setting and was like, oh, okay, I'm blind now. It's a really like garish color. It's like you know, like the street lights outside, like the lights the city takes care of. How sometimes they're that orangey color. That's like what this warm color setting light is. I'll show you guys after I'm done. Like, they weren't kidding when they said warm. They mean it. One tip I have for these fine liners and other fine liners too, because I have the shuttle art and the chameleon color changing fine liners, which by the way are amazing. They're way better than the chameleon colored pencils, I think. But anyway, one tip I have for coloring with these fine liners, because they're felt tip and they're also hollow, you don't have to press hard at all. Like, I'm barely touching the paper. One of the things is if you naturally color hard, the tip will bend, and then it'll be hard to color with after that for sure. So be as light-handed as you can. My mom colors sometimes, and she uses these, and I had to get her own set because she kept pressing so hard she would bend the tips. So I was like, oh, I'll get you your own set, Mom. So you can be as heavy-handed as you want. Unfortunately, I can't get her to color a lot. She only does it like every great once in a while. She prefers reading, which is fine. I just think it's nice to do something with your hands. You know, make something with your hands every now and then. She likes to sew. But I think she's run out of sewing projects. last window. Ta-da! It's so cute. I like it. Alright guys, so I think that's the end of this video, but I will come back with another video and we'll continue coloring. Maybe we'll continue coloring this page or we'll move on to another book. We shall see. But I hope everyone has a good day or night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.